Oh hell, was that thunder? I didn't know it was gonna rain. I need to roll my windows up.
Oh, that's just an effect. It's not really storming. It's supposed to be spooky.
Well, sure shit spooked me. I thought my seats is about to get wet. Yeah, I got the windows down on account of me and your Aunt Barbara was coming back from the flea market earlier, and we seen this dead possum on the side of the road, and we thought, I reckon we can do something with that, So we pulled over there and put it in a Piggly Wiggly bag and put it in the back seat. Got about a mile or two down the road. Turned out that son bitch wasn't dead yet.
Oh wow.
And, he come back to life and puked and shit and then died again.
Oh wow.
You ever tried to get possum puke and shit out of vinyl seats?
I can't say I have. No.
Well, I don't recommend it.
All right, so hello everyone. My name is Matt. This is my Uncle Carl sitting right across from me here. And this is the very first episode of Uncle Carl's House of Horrors. This is a show where we watch some of my favorite horror movies, and then Uncle Carl and I sit and talk about them. And most, if not all, of these movies, right, Uncle Carl? You've never seen any of these, right?
None of them. I ain't seen none of them. I don't normally watch these kinds of things. I like to keep my thoughts on Jesus, if you know what I mean.
And so for our inaugural episode, we decided to watch the 1987 movie Hellraiser, directed by Clive Barker.
I have seen the future of horror. His name is Clive Barker. Hellraiser. Beyond any terror you have imagined.
All right, Uncle Carl, before we dive into the plot of Hellraiser, I'd love to know your initial reaction. What are your first thoughts after watching Hellraiser? Because we just finished watching it.
It's f***ed up. That's a f***ed up movie. Can I say
Sure.
Yeah, it's a f***ed up movie, and anybody that watches this kind of thing and likes it is f***ed up too, like you.
It's all in good fun. I sort of enjoy being scared, and it's kind of an adrenaline rush. I'm sort of a weirdo like that.
I always knowed you's a weirdo. I mean, even way back when you got born, and we went down there to see you, me and my first wife Carol at the time, and we walked in that room where all the babies was, and we seen you, and I said, "There's something wrong. There's something wrong with him." Yeah, it's actually a skill I got. I can pick up a baby and look them in the eye and tell whether or not they's evil.
What do you mean? How can you tell that just by looking at them?
It's just something I can do. It's just a look in the eye, man. I can tell whether or not they got the devil in them. I can do the same thing with cats. Only I can tell whether or not they's gay.
All right, well, back to Hellraiser. This is absolutely one of my favorite horror movies, and in my opinion, one of the scariest movies ever made. And it's a particular kind of horror. It's very visceral. It shows you the horror. It's not just a bunch of jump scares and kind of the cheap stuff that a lot of horror movies do nowadays. This is it's terrifying to look at.
When you first told me about this show, I thought you said it was called Uncle Carl's House of Horrors. And I thought to myself, I reckon I know a little something about that. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, you get it? Uncle Carl's House of Horrors.
Yeah, I get it. So a little bit of background about Hellraiser. This is the feature film debut of Clive Barker, who also wrote the source material, a short story called The Hellbound Heart. Had an initial budget of $1 million. During its opening weekend, it grossed more than $4 million. Needless to say, a smashing success, and it's probably the reason we have these endless stream of mediocre sequels that keep coming out over the years. I think they're working on a new one right now. Movie was released in 1987. 1987, Uncle Carl. What were you up to in 1987?
Let me say, 1987, I would have been living in Kissimmee, Florida. I had me a job at Highland Speedway. I was a cigarette butt sweeper upper. And that's actually how I met your Aunt Barbara.
Oh, I don't think I've ever heard the story of how you guys met.
Yeah, I swept her cigarette butts up one night, and I tell you what, it was love at first sight. And yeah, me and her was living on this houseboat down there in Kissimmee. And actually, it wasn't her houseboat, it was her husband at the time, Everett. And I used to go over there during the day when Everett was at work and bang your Aunt Barbara.
Oh no, too much detail, man.
I'll tell you what, some of the best times of my life down there in Kissimmee, sweeping up cigarette butts and banging your Aunt Barbara.
All right, Uncle Carl, you want to start us off and describe the plot of Hellraiser? Just tell us what happens in the movie in your own words.
Yeah, I reckon I'd give it a try. So there's this dude on the beginning there, and he's like doing some devil shit, doing some kind of satanic ritual or something. And I don't know what happens, but he gets blowed up.
Yeah, this is Frank, and yeah, he gets pulled apart by hooks and chains. Whatever ritual he's doing has summoned Pinhead and the Cenobites, and yeah, they come and he gets blowed up, as you say. And then the next thing we see is Frank's brother Larry and his wife Julia moving into Frank's house, because I guess, you know, Frank blowed up. He's missing. Nobody knows what happened to Frank, so they're moving into to his old house.
Would you look at this? And don't worry. This stuff means nothing to me. It all goes.
I thought half of it was your brother's.
I've never known him to kick cash out of bed. Besides, he's probably behind bars someplace. You know?
Yeah, that husband, I like to call him beta cook husband. You know, because he's like all nice to his wife, and he's like concerned about her, and you know, and he strikes me as the type of guy that like, you know, when shit goes down, he ain't gonna like help or nothing. You know, he's gonna like run and hide.
Oh, babe. Is there anything I can get you?
Maybe a brandy?
It's coming right up.
I'll be down in a minute.
Okay. There's no hurry.
Yeah, sure, I could see that, especially when we start to see these flashbacks, and we see that Julia was having an affair with Frank, Larry's brother.
Yeah, so beta cook pussy husband cuts his hand like a dumbass while he's moving that mattress up there in the attic, and it gets blood on the floor, and I reckon that's what makes that booger grow up out of the floor, isn't it?
Yeah, so the blood gets on the floor in the room where Frank was doing that ritual at the beginning of the movie. I don't know if it matters that it's Larry's blood. I don't know if it matters that it's a genetic material or whatever. But yeah, the blood gets on the floor, and that seems to cause Frank to rematerialize. And he starts as this blob kind of creature and slowly takes more of a human shape. But
He needs blood.
he needs blood. Right.
He needs more blood.
He needs blood to grow back all his body parts and organs and stuff.
It's just such a f***ed up movie.
Oh, this is nothing. We're gonna watch way worse than this.
Well, I'm just concerned for my everlasting soul, and yours, to be honest.
Yeah. So Frank makes contact with Julia because he needs Julia to bring him more blood. And yeah, this first encounter that they have in the attic is just, I mean, it's one of the scariest scenes in the movie. It really sets the tone for the rest of the movie.
Julia?
I'll tell you what, I just about shit when that booger come crawling across the floor like that. I just about shit and then shit another shit. I just about shit 2 shits when that booger come crawling across the floor like that.
It's crazy. You know, it's a combination of that score and the heartbeat and then just that visual of him, you know, crawling across the floor and grabbing her. It's crazy.
All right, can I ask a question?
Sure. Yeah, ask away.
So, how come she's pretending to be a hooker and luring them men back to the house?
Well, she's luring the men back so Frank can eat them, yeah, or drink their blood, or whatever he's doing. And I'm not sure if she's pretending to be a prostitute, but you know, I think she's just luring the men back. But I don't know, maybe she is.
Some years back, I knew this old hooker named Tootsie. She used to do that. I mean, she wouldn't, kill nobody or nothing, but she would, lure men back to her house and tie them up and rob them. And yeah, she's a mean old gal. She's the meanest bitch I ever seen. Had 1 eye and 6 fingers on 1 hand. No kidding. No kidding.
Yeah, so Frank seems to have grown most of his organs back, although oddly enough, drinking blood can't grow back skin, so Frank still needs skin. You know, he sort of looks like that poster in the doctor's office of the guy without skin that shows the muscles or whatever. You know what I'm talking about?
I ain't never been to no doctor. I wouldn't know.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we're not going to talk about Aaron?
Oh my God.
That there's Aaron Rodgers.
So we got in this stupid argument while watching the movie that Uncle Carl thinks that the bum, the guy that plays the bum that's eating the bugs in the pet shop is Aaron Rodgers.
That there's Aaron Rodgers, 2-time NFL MVP quarterback, and unvaccinated to boot.
But it's physically impossible, Uncle Carl. This movie came out in 1987. It was probably shot in 85, 86. How old's Aaron Rodgers? I don't think he was born yet, or he was a baby. I mean, it's just not physically possible.
Well, he must be a time traveler then, because there ain't no way you're going to convince me that ain't Aaron Rodgers.
Well, we'll just have to agree to disagree.
Hey, y'all get that trending. Hashtag Aaron Rodgers time traveler. There's a Carl Whitaker original conspiracy theory right there.
All right, so where were we? Frank needs skin. Yeah, that's the pressing problem now. So Julia lures another random dude back to the house so Frank can have his skin. Yeah, but killing this dude doesn't exactly go to plan. It gets a little messy, and this is actually the first meaningful interaction we get with the daughter character. I can't remember her name, but played by Ashley Lawrence. Fine actress, does a fine job. Just a forgettable character. Doesn't have a whole lot to do in this movie. So she shows up. She sees Frank, confronts Frank, and then
why don't you take that box with her? That don't make no sense.
Yeah, exactly. We're in total agreement. Why does she take that puzzle box?
Give me that box.
You want it?
Give me the box.
You want it? Have it!
I mean, the reason she takes the puzzle box is to move the movie forward, is to advance the plot, right? And to get us to the Cenobites, which is the next thing.
The who?
The Cenobites, they're the demons, Pinhead. Yeah, you got Pinhead, you got the fat one that is Butterball, you got the chattering one that is Chatterbox, and you got the female Cenobite. She's credited in the script as female Cenobite, and you'll get a kick out of this. She was originally going to be credited as.
I don't know what.
Her name was going to be Deep Throat.
Hot dog!
Yeah.
That's because she got a cooter in her neck, right?
Presumably so. Yeah.
Yeah, I know a cooter when I see one. He's talking about Pinhead. I played him, right?
What does that mean? What does that mean? You played him?
Yeah. So, one Halloween, my best good friend Kenny Wayne, he called me up and he says, "Hey Carl, we're doing a haunted trailer down here, and won't you come down and play Pinhead?" And it's about 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon, so I was about half drunk on whole grain alcohol. But you know, Kenny Wayne's my best good friend, and he said he'd pay me, so I went down there to play Pinhead. I get there, and Kenny Wayne's got this mask, and it's got real nails sticking out of it for the pins for Pinhead's mask, and it's like a gnarly fucking thing, you know. And so I put that sumbitch on, and I was in there scaring teenagers for a while, and I was having a good old time, and still drinking on that whole grain alcohol. And I reckon I passed out at some point, but didn't none of them sumbitches wake me up. Not one of them sumbitches woke me up. I woke up the next morning, I had laid on them nails all night, and my face was all cut up, and my hair wouldn't lay right, and Kenny Wayne said he wasn't going to pay me because I passed out.
Oh, so you got some horror experience. That's pretty cool.
Oh, it was a horror, all right. I had to take Kenny Wayne to small claims court. Yeah, Kenny Wayne, my best good friend, but he's a son of a bitch.
Good girl.
What happened?
I'll get the doctor.
Wait a minute. How did I get here?
I won't be a moment.
Yeah, so daughter character Chrissy ends up in the hospital. She's been running around with this puzzle box. So she ends up in the hospital, and of course they give her the puzzle box for her to play with. And she starts playing with it or solving it, or whatever you do with puzzle boxes. And it opens up the wall, and this thing that's in the wall, this puppet or animatronic monster that's in the wall, this fucking thing. So this movie has some really incredible practical effects.
What's that mean? Practical?
Practical, like real, puppets and animatronics as opposed to CGI and stuff like that. This fucking thing is the worst. It looks so bad. And then for eagle-eyed viewers, you can actually see in a few frames, you can see the cart. It's like a metal cart that they're pushing the thing on. So yeah, I hate this thing. It looks awful. All right, yeah, so now we got the Cenobites. They've been summoned by Chrissy, and they are going to take her away to the pain-pleasure dimension, wherever they're from. But Chrissy strikes a deal with them, with Pinhead, that she will lead them to Frank, since Frank got away from them earlier in the movie. Hellraiser's not a funny movie at all, but one of the funniest lines that Pinhead says is when she's trying to make the deal with him, and he says,
Maybe.
I just think it would be funny for Pinhead to respond to other sort of mundane questions with that, like, hey Pinhead, you wanna hang out on Tuesday?
Maybe.
Or hey Pinhead, you wanna have lunch?
Maybe.
Oh, don't say lunch. I'm starving. You want to go down to China Buffet? I was banned from there, but they's under new management, so I think I can get in.
All right, yeah. So Chrissy makes a deal with Pinhead. She goes back to the house where, obviously not her father. Like, it couldn't be more obvious.
Yeah, Beta Cook is the booger now. Or the booger's wearing Beta Cook's skin, right?
That is Frank wearing Larry's skin. He's got the blood around his face. The skin doesn't quite fit right or something. But luckily, Pinhead and the Cenobites show up, and they are there to dispose of Frank. And dispose of Frank they do.
I tell you what, that was like so satisfying to see Booger Beta Cook get blowed up. Because I didn't like Beta Cook husband none, but I didn't like the Booger neither. So when Booger Beta Cook got blowed up, but it's like two birds with one stone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that is a brutal scene. Yeah, it may be too hot for YouTube. I'm not sure if I can show a clip of that. So, yeah, it's pretty brutal.
Jesus wept.
Yeah, so Frank's dead again in a million pieces again. And you would think, okay, this is the end of the movie, I guess. This is the climax.
Climax.
But you would be wrong, because, and here's a lesson to learn about Pinhead. If you ever encounter Pinhead, do not make any deals with Pinhead, because he will back out of the deal. Don't trust Pinhead.
Can't trust Pinhead. Can't trust Kenny Wayne neither. Don't ever make no deals with that son of a bitch. You'll have to take him to small claims court.
Yeah, but luckily, Chrissy realizes she can use her handy-dandy puzzle box to zap the Cenobites out of existence. Chrissy's boyfriend shows up a little late. He didn't really do much. And then finally, we've reached the end of the movie, the very last scene. Chrissy and her boyfriend take the puzzle box to a junkyard or something, and they try to burn it. And the bum,
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron, we'll call him Aaron. He shows up and pulls the puzzle box out of the fire, and then he himself catches on fire. His skin melts off, and he is revealed to be this kind of winged demon. Flies away. Roll credits. End of movie. Very bizarre ending to a very bizarre movie, but it's wonderful.
It's just such a up movie. Can't believe you made me watch it.
All right, everybody. So that's Hellraiser. Like I've said many times before, this is one of my absolute favorite horror movies. But I could talk about this movie all night. I know you don't wanna. You look like you're ready to go. So Uncle Carl, I'm gonna give you the last word here, and you can give us your final thoughts on Hellraiser.
Well, yeah. I'll say, Lord, please forgive my nephew for watching this kind of shit. I'm sorry for saying shit, Lord. And also forgive him for making his poor Uncle Carl watch this kind of shit. And I'm sorry for saying shitting in there, Lord. And he knows not what he does. Amen.
All right. Well, that's it. We did it. I think we got it.
Well, what are you doggies? That there's kind of fun, I reckon.
I think we did it. Let's get out of these lights.
Hey, what channel's this on? I'm gonna tell Kenny Wayne to watch. Is it CMT?
It'll be on YouTube.
Hey, Kenny Wayne, turn on YouTube. I'm on there right now. You see me?
No, it's not. It's not
You what?
live. I have to edit it. It'll be a few days.
All right. Well, he got to edit the video. He ain't up there yet, but I don't know how any of this works. Anyway, man, what are you up to? Hey, you want to go down there to the China buffet? Oh, he's under new management now, so I reckon I can get in there. Well, come on down here and pick me up, and let me borrow about $15 bucks. Well, Kenny Wayne, that's how much the dinner buffet costs. I ain't Joe Biden. I don't control the prices at the China buffet.